Welcome back to Star Wars Escape Pod and Lightspeed issue number 33. Bringing you Star Wars news and headlines in under 15 minutes. This is Lightspeed on Star Wars Escape Pod. We get into all the news from a galaxy far, far away, and it has been a while since we have done one of these Lightspeed episodes, so we're about to dive right in to all the latest. We've been so distracted with the Acolyte these days, which has recently wrapped up with its 8-episode season, which is supposed to be the one and only season that this show is getting, although the setup, and spoilers for those of you who have not seen the show, but the show did not exactly end on a finite note. It seemed like it was a little open-ended, and maybe there's still some room to talk about that in future podcast episodes, but in the meantime, here we are awaiting whether or not Season 1 will get a sequel in a form of Season 2 or a spin-off show or whatever that is, whatever that looks like. The Acolyte is not finished. It's not going away anytime soon either, with the recent announcements from Comic-Con San Diego 2024. We have headlines from Comic-Con this week, as well as Lucasfilm's panel that they had for the publishing initiative happening within the multimedia span of the High Republic, all that stuff. We got news from Hasbro, from Lego, and so on and so forth. So let's just dive right in. First off, in regards to the Acolyte, there is a really fantastic soundtrack available on Spotify that you can listen to right now, and I'll just play a little sneak peek for you here. All right, so you can catch that soundtrack in Volume 1 and 2, each covering the length of 4 episodes. Great music by Michael Abels on The Acolyte. We've also got Star Wars news from SDCC 2024. The Stranger from The Acolyte arrives at the Lucasfilm Pavilion. An array of lightsaber hilts, the Stranger's fearsome Cortosis helmet, and other costumes and props from The Acolyte have arrived at San Diego Comic-Con 2024. So if you're on the show floor, stop by the Lucasfilm Pavilion. Take in the impressive display, take some pictures. Osha, May, Mother Anastasia, Vernestra Rose costumes are all on display. You got May's throwing knives, the Jarek pieces, poison vials that killed Torben. Spoilers. And 8 individual High Republic style lightsaber props, including those carried by Master Soul, Indara, Torben, Kelnaka, Jeki, Yord, and the Stranger. So all the main lightsabers of the show are right there that you can take a look at. And these are great props to take reference images of, even if they're not for you. Take those high resolution photographs and, from as many angles as possible, and post them for people in the 501st community to see. I think it's there. There's a special website where you can go to get reference images of things. So, you can have those photos at the ready, and once you find out where to submit those, that would be really handy for a lot of people out there in the costuming world and the costuming group. Maybe they're raising their hands going like, yeah, +1 for me. Anyways, so yeah, maybe do that. Do them a solid, do those Star Wars fans a solid out there, the Star Wars costumers, and I'm sure they would really appreciate it. So the gallery on the website is actually starwars.com. You can go and take a look at some of the reference photos and some of the previews that they have of the things on display, from the costumes, the hilts, the props, all that stuff. Very cool to look at. All right, so take a closer look at all 9 announcements and cover reveals from the San Diego Lucasfilm publishing panel. So let's take a quick look at this. We had a variety of things announced at their publishing panel, of course, with the Acolyte having just passed us. A number of these titles reflect that title as well. So let's get into this. Author Justina Ireland has more to say about Jedi Master Vernestra Rose. Justina Ireland is one of the authors that did publish books within the High Republic multimedia project. And her name has come up a few times. I think she has written for Vernestra Rose in the past with a few other books in that phase 1, 2, and 3 span of time. And while we still have questions about Vernestra and her meeting with Yoda in the last scene of The Acolyte, of course, and her relationship to Kamir, that apprenticeship, master apprenticeship, whatever's going on there. So she's one of the 5 original architects behind the High Republic, Justina, that is, the author. And she is going to write a new chapter in Vernestra Row's story with Star Wars The Acolyte Wayseeker. It's an adult novel being published by Random House Worlds, and it will be arriving next year. The book is one of several new stories and covers revealed during the Star Wars Stories from a Galaxy Far, Far Away panel, and the which is something that they just hosted by Patton Oswalt, of all people, actually hosted this panel. In addition to Justina Ireland, Oswalt was joined on stage by authors Cavan Scott and Tessa Grattan, as well as the voice cast behind the upcoming open-world scoundrel adventure Star Wars Outlaws. So, the actress who plays Kay Vess, Humberly Gonzalez, as well as Jay Rincon, which is plays ND5, and the legendary Star Wars voice actor D. Bradley Baker, who is prominently known as all the clone troopers from Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars, and he plays Nix in the upcoming video game, as well as I mean, of course, Captain Rex himself from Clone Wars, Bad Batch, Rebels, you name it. As well as the Star Wars Outlaws creative director, Julian Geraghty. Take a closer look at all of these things. So one of them being Star Wars The Acolyte Wayseeker. The cover's not final, but Indara is also featured on the cover, the temp cover that is, at the time of me talking about this book. So I don't believe I've read a full adult novel from Justina Ireland just yet. I believe most of her involvement has been through the young or junior novels, young readers or junior novels, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think I've read a full-length novel from her yet, so it should be interesting to see what she what she comes out with for the adult audience. Yord and Jeki live. We have good news for members of the Yord Horde and Jeki Jam. Oh my goodness. Tessa Grattan will resurrect these fan-favorite characters for the new young adult novel set in the years leading up to The Acolyte. So it's not a resurrection, it's just a prequel to The Acolyte. The book arrives in July next year, 2025. No word yet on the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive edition with bonus steamer, but maybe stay tuned for that. Marvel's The High Republic comics will also continue. Cavan Scott revealed that the continuation of this flagship comic series in the golden age of the Jedi Order, returning with new issues in February next year, 2025. In a surprise twist, the Acolyte's Kalnaka joins Keeve, Trennis, and other familiar faces to form a dream team. So any of you interested in the core series of the Marvel High Republic era, that'll continue in February 2025. We will also have get to know Kalnaka a little bit more. Of course, this comic book series is set in Phase 3 of the High Republic, with those prominent black badges on the High Republic content that is taking place in Phase 3. Phase 2 content has blue badges. Phase 1 has gold. If you're ever looking at stuff on the bookshelf, that's kind of what to look for. So this stuff will definitely be interesting to see how they wrap up Phase 3 and perhaps what they do to try and tie it into elements of the Acolyte series. Who knows? All right, so The Art of Star Wars The High Republic Volume 2 with by Kristen Baver, forward by Rebecca Henderson, is also going to be coming out. And there are fans hungry for those art of books. I mean, these books have come out for almost everything since The Force Awakens. They're very square looking in format, and they've got a lot of cool concept art in there, a lot of the behind the scenes as far as design. So anyone really into design work and concept art will be very pleased with this book. So this is going to be a cool read. A companion to the original concept book covering the multimedia initiative, the book by Kristen Baver explores Phase 2 and Phase 3 art with forewords by Vernestra Rowe herself. the Acolyte's Rebecca Henderson actress, of course, arrives later this year. So it seems that Volume 2 is going to cover Phase 2 and 3 of the High Republic multimedia initiative. Even more art from the Acolyte and arriving next year. Of course, that is what they're talking about. Step inside Star Wars Outlaws. Following the tradition of Dark Horse art books, you can dive into artwork for the new upcoming Star Wars Outlaws video game. This is a book being published by Dark Horse, and will explore the distinct locations, the new underworld characters, and the first ever open world Star Wars game set between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, which is Star Wars Outlaws. And for any of you guys who do want to know, that game does release this year in August on the 30th. So if you're looking for a new video game to play, or if you're just finishing another one, maybe give that one a go. This is going to come out, I guess, within the next month and a half. And it's going to be a really good one. I have high hopes for this. Any of you guys who have not finished the Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order series, maybe wrap that up quick, because this is going to be the next Star Wars adventure on your gaming roster. By the way, anyone with feedback for us, please send us an email, swescapepodcast@gmail.com. I mean, we really love to hear from our audience, and we do have this new thing that we've been doing lately with Spotify. We've been uploading our video versions of the podcast that we normally upload to our YouTube channel, that you can find on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, definitely go and find that. In the search bar on YouTube, type in the handle @SWEscape Podcast, or hit the link in the description below if you're listening over audio right now. But if you are listening through Spotify, we have a really cool video version. And I don't know how useful it is or how interesting it is to look at. I mean, none of our faces are on there. It's just a video loop that we've made. Although there is unique audio waves per episode rendered out per podcast. So, I mean, it's not like we're using the exact same video per thing, just so you know. More announcements. The Lucasfilm's Pablo Hidalgo returns next year with the Acolyte visual guide from DK Books. So any of you guys who are really into visual dictionaries, they're doing one for the Acolyte. It's filled with full color photographs, new fun facts about your favorite new characters, ships, tech, and locations from the series. And some of these visual dictionaries are very, very useful when it comes to pinpointing little Easter eggs that they've left on the characters. Certain scars left on Kamir's helmet, perhaps, or the scar on his back. I mean, things like that can be essentially canonized with a small explanation as to what it is and what it does. I know when The Last Jedi came out, there was a lot of people throwing theories around about Snoke's ring that he wore, which in the visual dictionary said something about how it was a piece of rock from Mustafar or something like that. I totally forget what it said about it, but I remember there was some theories spinning around that. And so it's always interesting to see what kind of conversation sparks up from these visual dictionaries. There is a new comic book series coming. Oh, actually, there's a new Black Series 6-inch for Vanestra Row, by the way. I don't know if anyone cares. That's a Hasbro thing. All right, so there's a new comic book series called Battle of Jakku, Insurgency Rising. This is a new Marvel Maxi series written by Alex Segura. And the Battle of Jakku is an event that has been it's been known to us for a long time now. Ever since episode 7 was released in theaters, they hinted at this big battle on Jakku. There's been a number of novels that have come out. Even the Battlefront 2 campaign, if anyone played that, or Star Wars Squadrons, everything branched off of this Battle of Jakku, this big battle which ended the era of the Empire and launched us into the sequel era. There is a new comic book that zeroes in on that event with Luke Skywalker and so many other hero characters that we've come to know. So that's going to be very cool. It'll follow the events of Star Wars issue number 50 and Darth Vader issue number 50 from the main Marvel Star Wars series happening right now. And it'll be a bit of a jump forward. But we get to witness the success of the Rebel Alliance, the final battle of the Galactic Civil War, and the first issue of this series launches October 2nd, 2024. The prequel trilogy graphic novel, a collection of illustrated adaptations from The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, has just been announced from Dark Horse and is available for pre-order starting today. The collection arrives November 4th, November 12th, 2024. The High Republic Adventures, Dispatches from the Occlusion Zone, issue number 2 releases November 13th. There's a new Star Wars comprehensive guide, visual dictionary, encyclopedia, whatever you want to call it, from DK Books with a foreword from Rosario Dawson. That arrives November 5th, 2024. So anyone into visual dictionaries and in Star Wars encyclopedias, this is the newest updated one. A couple years since we've had one. I think it's been 5 years or more since we've had an encyclopedia. So it's kind of nice to see an updated version with all the new Disney Plus show stuff in there, as well as some of the more recent animated projects. The High Republic Edge of Balance Premonition is set to release April 8th, 2025, which is now already passed. No, that's next year. Well, whether you love the High Republic or the prequels, in the Age of the Empire or the Era of the Resistance, there's a new book or comic for you between all of these different things, and we're looking forward to seeing what all these stories bring us. New Lego sets are also revealed, and I'm going to blitz through these, but we're getting a new TIE Fighter and X-Wing combo mashup for, this is all US dollars, by the way. Releases August 1st, $110. Figures include Luke and a bunch of other people, I think. Actually, maybe they're just randos. I don't know. All right, we got Lego Jedi Bob Starfighter. I'm really looking forward to this. $40, August 1st. 305 pieces. This includes the famous Jedi Bob with an Akbar and Gonk droid. Lego Ahsoka Tano's Duel on Peridia, $55, August 1st release date. Includes many figures. Ahsoka, Thrawn, Morgan Elsbeth, Ezra Bridger, Night Troopers, and so much more going on there. So it's very similar to the Kenobi Vader duel set, which came out for the Kenobi show, except it's for Ahsoka, and it's got her new figure in there. So that's really cool. Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit, $80, August 1st. Includes Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Lando, Nine Num, and Boba Fett. This is a Return of the Jedi set. Nine Num comes on a little plaque for the 25th anniversary, celebrating for Lego, so that's really cool. And finally, Lego Imperial Star Destroyer coming out with a exclusive Cal Kestis minifigure on a 25th anniversary plaque. This set includes Darth Vader, Commander Praji, Imperial Gunner, and Imperial Navy Trooper, and a Stormtrooper, and is $160. Also releases August 1st. And oh, we got more. Lego Droid Builder, $100. This includes versions of R2 Chopper, QT KT, as well as R5J2. You can build little astromech droids with bricks, and the exclusive minifigure is a young Princess Leia with her droid L0LA59 from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, so that's very cool to see. A very curious set to buy, but a very cool minifigure to get in that box. I feel like a lot of people are going to be buying that set just to get that minifigure, and that also comes on a 25th anniversary plaque. Only 2 left. We got Lego C-3PO, which reminds me of the days of old. August 1st release date. This is just a large C-3PO that you can build out of bricks, very similar to that R2-D2 that they released a year or two ago, and releases with a Star Wars 25th anniversary brick. All right, and the last one is Lego Star Wars The Dark Falcon, $180. This is including a crazy group of characters. We got Darth Jar Jar, Bounty Hunter C-3PO, Darth Dev, Darth Rey, Beach Luke, and Jedi Vader. What a crazy combination that is. This is a black Millennium Falcon. It is nothing like we've ever seen before. This is based on the new Lego Star Wars special dropping on Disney Plus at some point. And so many crazy little Easter eggs in this set. $180 August 1st. So definitely look into that if you're hoping to perhaps score a Lego set that's going to definitely gain some value in the future. Skeleton Crew is the next live-action Star Wars show. Join our Discord for the thread that opened up. I know we're way over 15 minutes at this point. Sorry, guys. Join the Discord thread that opened up, and we get a sneak peek of the characters in a new leaked merch box, which is coming out at Disney Parks. So I don't know when this show is coming out. I don't know if it's like later this year or if it's early next year. I think the targeted date is early next year, just from the rumors that are circling the internet. But we have yet to find out. But if you do want to sneak peek at some of those characters, we do have the image that's been floating around from the Disney Parks box, and you can take a look at the artwork on that box, which features, I think it's 4 of the main characters, 4 of the main kids. It's a coming-of-age show for younger viewers, but hopefully it'll be for all viewers alike. And that'll be the next live-action show that hits Disney Plus in the next coming months. Finally, and I promise this is our second last thing, The Phantom Menace is launching 25th anniversary merch. One thing that we've seen as of now, I guess, which has been announced, is the Hasbro 6-inch Battle Droid on a Stap. Comes in a 25th anniversary Phantom Menace box, and those, I guess, will be coming out soon. So look for that 25th anniversary merch. I went and saw Phantom Menace for the 25th anniversary in theaters not that long ago, so it's really cool to see that they're at least putting out some merch in regards to that. It feels like it's not been that long since we've had 20th anniversary merch for the Phantom Menace, but I don't know. I guess time flies. All right, last but not least, if you guys can definitely leave us a review, share this podcast with a friend. It really helps us out a lot. Also, we have our friend at EastPost Sticker Company. Make sure you hit that link down in the description box if you're looking for the highest quality vinyl stickers possible. If you order, I think it's $10 or more, you can get a bit of a bargain with our promo Escape Pod. I think it is. All the details are in the description of this podcast, and you can get 10% off your order, and they'll throw in a Star Wars Escape Pod logo sticker, random one of the selection that they have, and you know, that would help us a lot. Out a lot. I mean, like, we would like to get into some of that, you know, some of that action, some of that success selling stickers or shirts or whatever. But you know, you can help our friend out in the meantime and go and purchase some stickers. They got some crazy stuff on there. So and you get a free Escape Pod sticker. I mean, you can't go wrong. So I mean, hit the Etsy store. All right, leave a review, share the show with a friend, and may the Force be with you. We've got 2 What Happened episodes on the way. The long-awaited Asajj Ventress What Happened episode we recorded a while ago. That's going to be releasing in 1 week on the 30th of August. We also have a Darth Plagueis What Happened episode coming at you as well, which we are currently studying up for. And both myself, Bryce, and Kirk will be putting that together within the next 2 weeks. And after that, we might take a bit of a break. We're going to slow down for the month of August, but if I can get some more content out, you know, we'll definitely get around to it. But in the meantime, we would appreciate all of you guys helping us out by staying subscribed, giving us a thumbs up on our YouTube videos, joining the Discord, sharing this podcast with other Star Wars fans. Go check out ALKY SABERS in the Discord as well. They're friends of ours, and they have a great lightsaber company. We're trying to build a good community here, so definitely join up and help us do that. May the Force be with you guys. We'll see you in the next episode of Star Wars Escape Pod, and this has been Lightspeed number 33.